Okay, welcome back to the vault here, kiddies. This time with a bit more Mighty Max and the Doom Zones I was talking about earlier. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, now these two Doom Zones, Scorpion and Ice Alien. Yeah, that's supposed to be an Ice Alien. They also did a variant called the Lava Alien, which basically imagine this in more of a red and black, and you pretty much have it. But these sets also came with it. One of these sets came with a bonus Norman figure. Anybody who's watched the animated series is more familiar with that. But still, it's a nice little extra. Always have a nice little companion for Max. Okay, moving on. Let's open these suckers up and see what we got. Okay, we'll start with Ice Alien here. A lot of people seem to either have the set or seem to have the set for sale. Anyway, come back here, open her up. Let's see here now, and we'll fold this part down for a platform. And let's see now, we have some sort of Ice Alien itself, done up in a sort of purple, very forest green, red, a little bit of red there. And there seem to be a couple of his friends here stuck in the ice, obviously. Interesting, if a little odd, but they do make for interesting accessories, or replacement heads, depending on your circumstances. We do have Max here. Now, it's kind of hard to tell what he's doing here exactly. Here we do say blue hat, though. But he's either about to take a dive, or he's going hooray because Norman just showed up. Anyway, we go to the main antagonist here. This sort of 50s robot alien here, who actually does have a rotatable waist, but everything else kind of goes with it, but still that's something. So now you can place Max there and the alien there. Or you could have him fall down, get crunched, if that's what you want. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much it here. Anything else that you had to leave up to your imagination. Which, if you did have one, you probably wouldn't do very good use with these things. You know. Yes, there we go. Okay, moving on to Scorpion here. This one can be a bit tricky. Let's see here. First we make certain that these claws are out, because this opens up this way, and, well, that kind of gets in the way of things. Open it, fold from the back. You also want to make sure that it pinches up, because then this part right here folds out for the platform. Yeah, that's weird, but so is this. Instead, the Scorpion is another Scorpion. A robotic Scorpion, in fact. And attached to the bottom is the antagonist. This sort of melting biohazard specialist here. Now, the odd thing is that there seems to be no significant place you can actually put this guy. Because I've tried, believe me. And there seem to be no foot pegs for him, so you kind of have to futz around with him a little bit. There are places where you can stand fairly stably, but you do kind of get into a bit of a weird spot here. So now, as for Max, he's obviously riding in the Scorpion himself. There's another position for him, and you can have this guy kind of sitting right there. Well, standing. Nobody ever actually sits. You can also have him in here on the platform, operating the gun, because that's safe. And of course you could have Norman just kind of chilling out there, doing something. But yeah, it's an odd thing, because you basically have a sort of radioactive waste set with a melting, oozing man on a giant robotic, cybernetics arachnid. And yes, arachnids does have 8, because essentially, well, because it counts these pincers as 2 legs. I think that's how it works. But at least they still got this stinger that, oddly enough, does connect to the back here. You notice that little that little hole in there? This stinger actually goes in it. Not entirely certain why, probably to prevent everything from breaking. But still, it's something. Get that excited you. Okay, so we covered some of the basic gamut of the sets here, but some of you are probably wondering, because I'm wondering the same thing as well, but if I am Kill, then who was Phone? No, not that. Essentially, why am I bringing up these sets now? Well, let's see here. We have the return of Micro Machines with the Star Wars figure, as well as Box Busters, which are essentially the well, very similar to the Shrunken Heads and the Horror Head sets. So I can, and especially considering that Disney owns the Bluebird license, well, at least the assets for it, I see this as a perfect opportunity to bring back Mighty Max myself. Now, I imagine that there are probably multiple websites that have wanted this for quite some time, but still, it would be a perfect time to do so. They certainly have the manufacturing abilities to do it, and they certainly know to place enough warnings on it to prevent children from eating these little figures. So, if it does happen, that's excellent. At least, I certainly hope it would, because these things deserve a comeback. Anyway, I am the Sludge Wolf. This has been the Doom Zones from the Mighty Max series, and I mention again, just because it's old doesn't mean it's bad. Good night.